Thailand, and we've been talking about surprises. How about we actually end up talking about orangutan from India? This squad, first time at a global event, they end up finishing in 4th place with 43 points. And I want to get a chance to talk to Aru here, the mastermind, the silent assassin for this squad. Because Aru, what was the biggest lesson that you guys learned from day one?
I won't say a big one lesson that we learned, but it was just we had something in mind and the lobby had something else to offer. So I think both of those things aligned, and as we predicted the lobby would be, it's almost exactly the way we thought it would be. So we are pretty much confident because we understand how the structure of the lobby is.
And I absolutely love the way you guys were just gaining that confidence. A lot of the viewers were saying that you were camping. I personally don't think so. Now, going into the last match, you guys did do something that surprised me, and that was hunt down APG that's currently in last place. What made you make that decision?
It's our drop. Whoever comes to our drop, we're going to hunt them down.
APG, thank you so much, Aru. That is a shot if I've ever heard one. And now going...
Done.
Oh, no.
For sure.
Wait.
What?
Yeah, Marzi is Sing DRX. No, if you guys don't know, in India, Marzi is like, he's like me, but in India. Okay? Whoever he supports, they get destroyed. He picked Reject during BMIC. Marzi, how can he do that to DRX? I blame Marzi for this.
Oh, no. Guys, make sure you guys are checking out all the crazy talk that's happening in the gauntlet. And also, you know,
first head-to-head of the day. And of course, here, Hot Jukes is the main rival. We were all expected to happen here. It's Orangutan versus APG, and well, the numbers speak for themselves, because if you're looking at the numbers, Orangutan are completely outperforming APG, especially with that hot drop in Miramar. I'm wondering, now that they got that confidence built up against APG, can we expect more hot drops to happen just to ruin APG's chances of going to the finals?
And I hope we see some more hot drop action, because, I mean, we heard there from OG, right? They said, you know what, that's our drop spot, right? And they're going to claim it for themselves. They outperformed APG by a mile yesterday, right? The thing that we have to consider, though, right?
Over that way and see what they can find off the back of this. He is recalling the rest of the team now down this way. They have the high ground advantage. OG initially taking shots over towards R8 though on that southeast side and get caught off guard by Regnum Kaya. There are shots coming through.
And there's the trade. Loxy looks for a second and finds it. The backline now down to 1. Just a tanky there looking for the shots and does manage to clock Silas. Looking for... Now Loxy getting backed off the angle. Only one player now as the flushes are confirmed for Regnum Kaya. Silas unlikely to get rezzed here, Blank. I mean, they could put him in a vehicle and see if he can get on forwards, drive him on in, but I think it might be more worthwhile to just send your 3 players away, not try and spend that time, because look at this approach. I mean, the tanky's managed to make it to a rock miraculously here for Orangutan. See if he could survive. He's not there. No more. Not a morsel. Mori, though, surviving next to a tanky for Orangutan. Both of them hunkering down, trying to lock it in for their teams, get a couple of plays. Virtus Pro read that quite nicely. Thunder Talker actually managed to get a full reset here. A tanky finally may actually have to stand up and take a fight, but the nade is just too strong. Military circles always fun.
Oh my god!
GK getting the shift. Oh, I think I've spotted what you've noticed. They're on the map, Blank. It's Thunder Talk on the North Bridge, and Orangutan are going to be holding them out. The circle goes still towards Geeke's favor on that observatory mountain. But let's take a look at this bridge camp, because the health bars on Thunder Talk are going to be low here. They step out, and immediately the first goes. The next as well, looking for the spray down. The backup from across the way as well is good. 2 players now stand for Thunder Talk, and the blue zone is hurting.
I think the craziest thing about this is that OG expects the team to be rotating at stage 4 into the circle on the eastern side. I mean, it's a great pickup. It really, really is. But fantastically done. I mean, Aru's on the ball here, waiting for Thunder Talk to approach, and that is the top squad going down to 1 player from OG. Very, very well played. And now they can figure out how they want to move down, because you'd assume at this point for OG that there isn't going to be another team tailing Thunder Talk. If they were, it's likely Thunder Talk would have had to have fought a little bit earlier out on the coastal side, in which case OG would have heard it. So this is great in terms for OG for clearing that northern edge and understanding that now they can push south without worrying about their 180. So very at this point, Kaido, it's one of the situations where do you just deny the point? Lewis picks up Doran. And now Thunder Talk with their 2 players look to put a little bit more hurt over towards OG, but I don't think that's happening.
Ooh, spray down, King spotted. And a Tanky able to clock the shot. AJ last to stand, and OG have only got one more domino to fall to take down the top dogs. Spray around the corner, not quite fully connecting, but it's going to do enough, and it will be closed down. The roll down on the crates as well. OG want the spoils of victory.
For Kara, the movements they've had to make, the decisions they've had to go through, but they've done well. I mean, Ulf is definitely their biggest target in the future. Having this hovercraft far into the late game is really quite a big deal. Nade's starting to pour out over the top now. A little bit of damage surely should be done, but the nades just bounce a little bit too far. Nade swings back down the top side, dribbles down just a little bit. Another one goes through, more damage on towards OG now. One player fairly low in Aru. And R8 can maybe leverage this, but a good off angle right now from OG is keeping them at bay.
Oh, another nade, another knock. There's no punishment really being seen. A return. Finally, Marth goes down. There was a third party as well, I think from Geeke on the high ground to take a shot over towards one of the players from OG who has now been flushed away. Trying to flex out. This is where the off angle from Prestige really needs to come in clutch. Stopping this fight. The smoke's over the ridgeline. They want to keep this momentum going, but R8 back off the angle. The nade's not quite connecting where they need to. Marth potentially? No, it goes too long. The cook not quite right there, but that one's good. A Tanky sends it back his way. And Aru again, so low, but not going down just yet.
That is a cracking grenade from Amori over the top towards WizGod, who's trying to get that off angle towards them. They've laid the smokes down, trying to keep R8 back at this point in time, give them the heavy hand. But right now, it's just not working out. WizGod likely to go down. Finally, Prestige enters the fray.
Moves in from that off angle. That might actually give OG an opportunity here, but another flush comes through, and R8 now into a 2 versus 4 in their favor. A Tanky needs something big, but he only gets one. There is no answer from the backline, unfortunately. Aru out in the open, caught with his trousers down there, and R8 are going to send them away. 5-E.
रेखा आज कल सब आपकी वो रोटेशन कॉपी कर रहे हैं. माइंड योर लैंग्वेज ब्रदर. वो रोटेशन थी हमारे दिल से निकली थी. मां कसम ओजी ले जोन के लेट्स गो मार डाल चल टीटी को ले दिया ले दबा टीटी दबा दे पूरा दबा दे कट मार
रहेगा दो लड़कियां ड्रे
कहां है
आरू से ड्रे
चल मेरी जान आरू तू तो बेटा दिल्ली आ तेरे तो गाल में जो बाल है वो खींच के तेरे को पप्पी दूंगा टेंशन मत ले 2 किल मिलते हुए चैट मारो लेट्स गो
बहुत सेक्सी जगह है अभी के जोन के साथ. अरे टीटी मार नाइस 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 अरू नाइस नाइस शेर डब्लू ब्रो डब्लू आरू यार बीच में रुका था भाई. टीटी इतना लेट रोटेशन. टीटी बहुत ज्यादा लेट है भाई बहुत ज्यादा. मार पे टांगों पे मार भाई गन के बाल के टांगे छिल दे. क्या बात है आरू. शेर बस किल आ गया तेरे को उसका. तेरे क्लोज वाला भी मर गया. चल ले दोनों किल आ गए. बढ़िया आरू. एक लेफ्ट ब्रिज पे एक राइट में. चल दिखा आरू राइट में दिखा. आरू राइट में देखो.
तो यहाँ पे देखा जाए आरएड के एक बंदे ने एपीजी को नॉक डाउन कर दिया. आतंकी भाई के टीटी किंग को लॉक कर दिया और अजय भाई नेड हाथ में लेते हुए और ये नेड दूर फटा है. ओ एके ओपी भाई शुक्ला जी प्लीज एजे को घर भेजिए. शुक्ला जी लेट्स गो. शुक्ला जी ओह माय गॉड. यहाँ पे पीएल के चैंपियंस को 4v4 में हमारे ओजी टीम हराते हुए अब ये लोग जोन की तरह मूवमेंट करेंगे विद कॉन्फिडेंस. जहाँ पे इनके पास 4 किल्स है 4 पॉइंट्स है. #4 आ चुके.
Playing back at PMWC, they dominated this most recent PMSL SEA season, and I was very how they were going to play here, and unfortunately, they've just not been able to follow through with those initial promises we had earlier this year. I'm hoping Arena can make it because it would fit. Already, we don't have Biggotron, by the way, from SEA, which that alone feels weird. But
playing this though is where they're not splitting up into a singular area on docks because they don't want to give an opportunity for a team like Ulf there to swing all the way around and crash into a singular part of the docks. Instead, they're spread across it. They take fire as teams come in, and then
You've got Virtus Pro and Kara who are going to know all about what's happening here.
quick knock from OG down towards Virtus Pro. I mean, it's a good time to be doing it as the circle starts to... GS attempted to assault their position. Hyunbin on the top stairs, looking for Icon right now.
In the meantime, the roll-up for Virtus Pro is getting dismantled on that northwest side. Unfortunately, there is a knock sent back over towards them. GS finally going down there, but it is going to be OG holding quite well. The reses, though, are starting to come through. There's the first flush coming in, and there is, unfortunately, re-knocks coming in from Virtus Pro. They stop, though. They move sideways, move laterally on the fight, and OG not going to be able to connect these nades if they haven't spotted it. Will they put them in the right place here as the nades bob forwards? Not quite on the target. Haven't seen the retreat here, but AJ, Thundertalk, they're all sailing on in. Virtus Pro now have another team, and the vehicles swinging around wildly. What is going on? OG, move in, get these knocks, get these points here, because Thundertalk are moving the slivers of HP.
Going down?
Virtus Pro go down, and 3 players from Thundertalk still stand tall, but OG, they've taken a knock. What have Thundertalk just done? What?
I mean, DRX were taking shots across the way at OG whilst that all was unfolding. I don't know.
Last blank.
Over the top tries to thread it in towards the shack, but a good shot from AKOP will take down Sighting almost instantaneously as well. They got to figure out how they want to play this one out, because again, for OG, they are passing through open ground. I think for Thundertalk, all
they can do. Nades being thrown out by Thundertalk still.
It's good,
right,
actually.
they got anything left, and they find an opening. You're kidding me. Thundertalk just seem untouchable here. Nading Aru off the tree, doing a lot of damage. That's going to be unresable now. The rotate out wide. AKOP needs to stand tall. Will be able to do one and a second as well. The double knockdown, but across the way, there's still a third player for Thundertalk going. It's all up for WizGod. It looked like OG might have had the game under control there, but Kara now with the numbers.
Maybe going for the 1v3. CEO is able to put him down, fires him from the company, and at least will be able to remain up and present. WizGod moves up, and in the meantime was able to take down Thundertalk. Now it's a 1v1 technically as the blue continues to push in.
I think they've got time to get these reses off blank. The blue zone's not going to move for a couple more seconds. They may out. Drops the smoke train towards it. They know exactly which rock he's on. As soon as they get in range, they don't have the nades either. Steps out, and that's a little sliver of HP taken away, and he doesn't have any meds to play with. This is nasty.
Big stun grenade. WizGod just has to hide it out for the time being, but it's looking close. Can WizGod close this down? It's looking slightly unlikely. Regardless, he has been through the war zone this game and will go out.
Are on a massive resurgence here. It's what Neptura said she wanted to see from them over on the desk, while she's being treated to a repeat there. Orangutan as well, playing
to me, John. It was like watching them go from tactical gameplay to suddenly, you know what? We're just going to give it our all here. Get in the vehicle, put the metal to the pedal, and just get things going.
Yeah, it's really quite impressive. He will fall down. AKOP able to land that shot, tag it on. A Tanky moving up as well, but the blue zone's putting pressure on. They're playing around these smokes quite well. Farajin has to be backed off the angle, and AKOP doing a lot of work. Heavy lifting coming on him, but his teammates have fallen around him, and it is going to be so much harder now to make this ascent. Fortunately, the reses need to come through for DXavier, and they're allowing him to move on the backline. AT steps in, and that will be the end of OG. Into the Valley of Death they ride, and they will be shut down because of it. But here, needs to be careful though. Always go down to a long shot. Like there is a long barrel. Maybe sent his way, or is that Pumpy off in the distance coming on through? Maybe a little bit less of a danger.
In which case, Top's doing a great job to stay outside.
It's like, you know, like when a cat's like finding the perfect place to sit. Oh, hang on a minute. We'll tune back in with that in a second. With my opinions on cats. There's the shot down for Doc. That's going to be a big pickup onto a Tanky, and he's not going to go much further. Same for WizGod. APG winning this fight. Ooh, this is nasty stuff coming on through. Kind of opening a broadside. Top now steps out of the trees like, right, okay, you guys having fun. I want fun too. Unleash the M249. Doesn't connect, but still, he was able to pull the trigger, and that's what matters.
All right, last player, AKOP inside the building. He's still got Aru swinging around the outside, but this guy's deadly. Very, very deadly indeed. Not someone you want to underestimate. And they don't have players too close to him just yet. They're starting to swarm a little bit here. On the zip line. Okay. Styling. Just getting some points in.
Oh, that was connected.
Close.
So close there on the shot for AKOP. He's the last player on the inside of this building to stand for them. That off angle. Yeah, Aru is leaving this one. AKOP now left a lone soldier here with the UMP, waiting for someone to step a little bit too close, get a little bit too bold. He's watching their corner. The nades are cooking as well in the off angles. He's dropping down. He's read into it. He thinks he wants a little bit more. Reposition away. Does bait the nade in. And that might be useful here. Top on the off angle. You still have to worry about it. You can see AKOP going for that little stutter peek. Can't afford a second, though. Nose is being watched.
Still going for that shot. I mean, I respect it. He's in the window. He's in the window. Very low HP. Will take down one for his efforts. And a little bit of vindication coming through for AKOP there.
For quite a while longer. They want to be jumping up towards 70 points here, which means 11-point game blank. And that's just got a whole lot less likely, given their position, given their lack of real presence here. OG aren't done. They chime in over towards Thunder Talk. Maybe looking for another point here for Aru on the southeast side.
No, I mean, every little point counts, to be honest, but did draw the ire of Thunder Talk by doing that. You'd imagine they're going to be turning around. Knocked out is pretty good for OG's chances as well for tomorrow, just because having another team at 65 points dropping out early in this game means it's still interchangeable. It's close again.